Aloha, welcome to Sally's Home Cooking, bringing you sauteed Mongo beans with Moringa. Stay tuned. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. So when making this recipe, you have to make sure you prepare the Mongo beans way ahead of time because you need to soak the Mongo beans overnight or for at least 4 hours. This is for a better result of boiled beans. So we're using 3/4 cup of Mongo beans and we are putting 1 cup of water or maybe 1 1/4. As long as the Mongo beans are underwater, that should be okay. Cover this with foil and set it aside. Alright, after overnight of soaking, this is how the Mongo beans look like. Look at that. They're all puffed up and they will boil easily for a softer beans. Wash the beans, make sure that you remove all the liquid, rinse it out, and you may get rid of some of the skin. Some prefers cooking the Mongo beans without the skin, but as my father used to say, do not strip the Mongo beans with all of its nutrients. So we leave the skin on when we cook the Mongo beans. We're just putting in 4 cups of water in a medium-sized saucepan here. And then we will put this on the stove and let it boil. Normally, because we've already soaked the beans, they will probably cook for about 15 to 20 minutes and they should be ready for sauteing. Remove all the scum when boiling the beans, and you are actually also getting rid of some more of the skin. And while you're boiling the beans, it's a good time to prepare the other ingredients. And I'll show you how I prepared mine. I always prepare my moringa leaves ahead of time because that's kind of tedious to prepare, removing the leaves from the stems. Here, I'm using pork belly. I actually bought this in one of the local stores here on Maui. This is already cooked, pre-cooked, and so all you need to do is chop it up. This is actually ono, so good. It's the chicharron. We call it chicharron in Filipino, or fried pork belly. So basically, if you don't have this in your area, you can use bacon, or if you prefer to be vegetarian, you don't need to put any meat. You can use shrimp as well. Next is we chop up our garlic. Make sure that you chop this really fine or minced. We're using the garlic as a spice, and so we want the flavor, and you don't want somebody munching or crunching on a big piece of garlic when eating these Mongo beans. I'm using shallot for my Mongo beans here. In most recipes, you will find that everyone uses onion, but for me, shallot has a milder flavor than onion. And we don't want the oniony flavor for our sauteed Mongo beans. I want that garlic flavor, and you can taste the fish sauce. When you have the fish sauce, that's the umami flavor. And we don't want to overpower it with the onion. Cut the tomatoes in wedges. Alright, so we're done with preparing all of our ingredients, so let's go back to our Mongo beans. And there you have it. It is really soft and ready to saute. So I'm using a large pan, a tablespoon of olive oil, and this is where I will saute the shallots. I usually will saute the shallots first so I don't burn the garlic. Make sure that when you saute the shallots, it's really completely translucent, soft, and almost caramelized. This is a very simple recipe, but I will tell you that this is very good. So the flavor will come from your garlic, your shallots, your fish sauce, and your tomatoes. Basically, that's what flavors the Mongo beans and moringa. So it's important that you really bring out the flavor from all of these ingredients. So be patient and take your time when you're sauteing the base of this recipe. As soon as you see the garlic turning brown, you are okay to add your tomatoes. And actually, it took me about 5 minutes to saute the garlic and the shallots. Now, with that tomatoes and the liquid and acid from the tomatoes, it actually brings out the flavor and smell, aroma coming from the shallots and garlic. It smells really wonderful in the kitchen right now. And if you're enjoying my videos, please hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit subscribe and hit that bell button so that you don't miss any of my recipes. And since we're using fried pork belly here, we're just gonna heat it up for a minute to release the oil and flavor from the pork belly. Now you want to turn the heat to low before adding your fish sauce. And I will tell you that you do not want your pan at a high heat when adding the fish sauce, because you do not want your whole house smelling like fish sauce. Fish sauce is the secret sauce that we use in a lot of our Filipino dishes. It gives that umami flavor. As soon as the fish sauce is absorbed by your pork belly, your spices, you can now add your Mongo beans. Mix this really well and let it boil before adding your moringa leaves. It's time to add our moringa leaves, and as I always say, do not overcook your moringa leaves. All you need is actually to wilt the leaves, so a minute of cooking is sufficient. Moringa is a nutritious vegetable, high in vitamin C, vitamin A, beta-carotene, and you do not want to overcook it. If you want to learn other recipes on how to use moringa, please check the link above for more of my moringa recipes. Again, thank you very much for watching my video this week. Until next time, ahuiho!